coronavirus on Thursday, pushing the total number up to 23.
Welcome back to
China's
Healthcare
cases
Sucks.
and more than 560 deaths. President Moon welcomes a so-called Busan-type job creation proposal and vows efforts to spread Busan's economic vitality to the whole nation. And after a months-long impeachment process, the U.S. Senate has cleared President Trump of both impeachment charges against him.
We're back again from Healthcare Sucks to bring you more on what is going on.
Thanks for tuning in to Arirang News. I'm Kim Mo-gyun. Let's start with the latest on the novel coronavirus outbreak. South Korea confirmed 4 more cases today, raising the total number to 23. For the latest, we have our Kim Jae-hee on the line for us. Jae-hee, tell us more about the latest cases.
Mo-gyun, the Central Accident Prevention Division said on Thursday 4 new cases were confirmed in the nation, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 23. Around half of the confirmed cases have been person-to-person infections or people who have entered Korea from countries other than China. Of the 4 new cases, 1 is a Chinese woman who arrived in South Korea on January 23rd as a tourist. The other 3 cases are Korean nationals who are either family members or have had close contact with other confirmed patients. All 3 had been in self-imposed quarantine prior to being diagnosed with the disease. The 20th confirmed case is a 41-year-old woman who is a family member of a previous patient. She is now being quarantined at the Korean Armed Forces Capital Hospital. The 21st confirmed case is a 59-year-old woman who came in contact with the 6th confirmed patient. The 6th confirmed patient contracted the virus from South Korea's 3rd confirmed patient while sharing a meal. She is quarantined at Seoul National University Hospital. The 22nd case is a 46-year-old Korean man, the brother of another patient who had recently been to Thailand. He is now being quarantined at Chosun University Hospital in Gwangju.
Now, on a brighter note, we hear that another fully recovered patient will be released from the hospital today. She'll be the 2nd coronavirus patient in South Korea to have been discharged from the hospital. Is that right?
Number 2.
Yes, a 2nd patient will be released from the
Do
hospital
you believe
today.
it?
She is a 35-year-old Chinese woman who flew in from Wuhan. She's also the first patient to be confirmed with the virus in South Korea. She had been quarantined at Incheon Medical Center for 18 days. The Central Accident Prevention Division says she was tested multiple times and all the results turned up negative. She reportedly left a note thanking the doctors for saving her life and their meticulous care. This comes a day after the 2nd confirmed patient in South Korea was released from the hospital on Wednesday. The 55-year-old Korean man made a full recovery 13 days after he was confirmed to have the virus. He was also tested multiple times and the results all turned up negative. And authorities said he posed
Where
no
are
human to
these
human
people?
transfer risk.
Why are they
That's
not
all
in
I
front
have
of the
at this hour,
cameras?
but I will be back with more updates in our later
And the ones
newscast.
that are
Back to you.
looks
Thank you for
definitely
sharing that.
rehearsed.
And as of Wednesday night, China says its death toll from the coronavirus outbreak hit 563. Other countries are no exception, with rising numbers of confirmed cases. Our Hong Yu has this report.
China's National Health Commission announced on Thursday that the total number of deaths caused by the coronavirus has reached at least 563, and that more than 28,000 people have tested positive for the virus. This comes after 73 deaths and almost 3,700 cases were reported throughout the country on Thursday. Most cases and deaths were confirmed in Hubei province, the epicenter of the outbreak. Across China, more than 3,800 patients are in critical condition, meaning that the number of deaths could drastically increase over the coming days. Wuhan, the city where the virus broke out, is making efforts to accommodate more patients, as officials say there still is a severe lack of beds. The city is trying to set up more temporary hospitals, converting convention centers, hotels, and schools into treatment centers. In Japan, the country with most coronavirus cases after China, 12 more cases were confirmed on Thursday, bringing the total there to 45 cases. 10 of those 12 new cases were people who had been aboard the quarantined cruise ship that is now docked at Yokohama. Around 3,700 people who had been on the same ship will be quarantined for at least 2 weeks on the ship, while the confirmed patients were moved out to medical facilities on Wednesday. Singapore has 28 confirmed patients, followed by Thailand with 25. Other newly confirmed cases were also reported in South Korea, Hong Kong, Australia, Malaysia, US, and the Philippines. 2 patients in Italy, 1 in France, and 1 in Thailand are known to be in critical condition. 홍유, Arirang News.
To deal with the deadly virus, the World Health Organization has requested hundreds of millions of dollars in extra funding.
Here we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Authorities around the world are scrambling to find a cure. Our Ki Seung-jae reports.
In an effort to tackle the outbreak of the novel coronavirus worldwide, the World Health Organization on Wednesday requested $675 million to further fund its plan.
Today we're launching a strategic preparedness and response plan to support countries to prevent, detect, and diagnose onward transmission. We're requesting $675 million to fund the plan for the next 3 months.
While the $675 million request is hardly chump change, the WHO chief says the message to the international community is to invest today or pay more later, referring to how much more it would cost down the line if no action is taken.
It's gonna cost
As
anyway.
for where the funds would go, the WHO says some $60 million would fund the organization's own operation.
$60 million in their pocket, guys, right off the top.
That are especially at risk from
And
the
then the
coronavirus.
rest supposedly goes
According to
out.
the WHO's constitution, the organization is funded through contributions from member countries, and the amount is determined based on the respective country's wealth and population. The organization also receives voluntary contributions from donors, as long as they match the objectives and policies of the WHO. However, the WHO downplayed reports of a drug breakthrough against the coronavirus outbreak, saying there are no known drug treatments at the moment. Ki Seung-jae, Arirang News.
South Korea and Japan are holding working-level talks in Seoul today on their months-long diplomatic spat.
Okay, it's my personal opinion. It's not that I mind helping out anybody, but I thought we got out of all those kind of things to where we were obligated. It's one thing if you say we are donating and we don't mind. And then I didn't like that. If we don't do today, we'll pay tomorrow. No. And I just did a video where World Bank has got a bunch of these guys' funds that once this becomes a pandemic, they will release. That's kind of why they're holding back. And World Bank has been offering to loan these countries money. To loan, by basically holding the deed to their country. More or less, till it's paid back. And they didn't talk about it, but Bill Gates donated like $100 million, which is crazy. Check this out, guys. This number of recovered is ridiculous. There would be floods of real people being interviewed. That number I'm proposing to you is mostly fictional, and I'm not kidding. And there is talk about cremations going on, period. So I put forth to you, is that a cremation number? Because we sure are not seeing that many people recover. I don't care what they're saying. And this is not hypocrisy. And why we're jumping into that, I just did a video on what I'm going to show you. But I have to show you guys too, because we hope that this gets out and gets spread. Listen to this. And I can't make this up. Six months ago.
By the Governor General's Innovation Awards.
This work can't be done without teamwork.
She and the team at the National Microbiology Lab have been praised for developing an Ebola vaccine. But just over a week ago, Chu, her husband, and her students from China were evicted from Canada's only Level 4 lab, their security access revoked. Staff at the lab was told last Monday the couple is on leave and not to communicate with them.
They ain't on no leave. They got caught. And it's not the first time. That's the lab I've been talking about up there in Canada. The only one in Canada. It's a level 4 CDC lab. They've had other break-ins and other things. You know when this happened? 6 months ago, guys. If you see my previous video, I went into a lot more about this. So go back and watch that video if you want to more of an outlay and overlay of what's going on. And excuse me, I was very tired when I made that last video. So my reading skills were very poor. You can make fun of me. Feel free, guys. It's all good. If you can't have a sense of humor, you're toast. So listen to this, and then you tell me coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. 6 months ago, this, bam. Bill Gates, event 201, bam, in between. What we have now, bam, the Wuhan special. Yeah. And this thing about no vaccination, we have not seen no military shots. And we're seeing military shots of China and Russia and all these people all the time. I put forth that they've already vaccinated all their military. Until I see a bunch of military guys dropping and sick and stuff, there's more going on, trust me. Watch this, though.
We're getting this from sources who work at the lab, but who don't want to be identified for fears they'll be punished. They say this is coming just months after IT specialists entered Chu's office after hours and replaced her computer, and her superiors stopped authorizing work trips to China. Manitoba RCMP confirmed it was called in by the Public Health Agency of Canada on May 24th. A spokesperson says the agency is investigating a policy breach, calling it an administrative matter, and it's taking steps to resolve it expeditiously. We can assure Canadians that there is no risk to the public and that the work of the NML continues in support of the health and safety.
You believe that? Let me know. Because I have my doubts. I have my doubts that they're doing anything in the best interest for us. Ever. Like Timothy, CDC, back east, tripped over his own feet, without his clothes, his wallet, his dog, fell in a river, and floated up. Look into that. There's about 20 other people involved in that. CDC people that mysteriously tripped over their feet or got in a car crash or fell off a building or shot themselves.
Of all Canadians.
All this, of course, is unproven, but even microbiology, sometimes especially microbiology, can have issues that involve national security.
It's something CSIS has already warned about.
Canada is facing threats from foreign espionage, and not just in the traditional sense of trying to understand what our national security interests are and agencies are involved with, but threats to our economic security.
Canada's relationship with China has been strained ever since the detention of a Huawei executive on a U.S. arrest warrant. Shortly after, China detained 2 Canadians, accusing them of stealing state secrets. This likely won't go over well and could even deepen.
I want one of those suits. Can you guys... I don't ask for much. Can I have one of those suits, please? If I'm going to deal with this thing coming, I want one of those, please. Well, it's worth a try.
The diplomatic divide. Karen Pauls.
That's
CBC
the full
News,
meal deal, by the
Winnipeg.
way. And with that, guys, we're on to another video to make you guys knowledgeable of what's really going on. And remember, healthcare sucks! Over and out.